to IKEA Retail Inca Group. My name's Angela Hultberg. I'm coming to you guys at Verge today from gloomy Malmö, Sweden, in a mostly deserted and very socially distanced office. Would much rather be with you guys in sunny California, but this is where we are today, so come along. Now, I'm here today to talk about sustainable mobility, and you might be wondering why. Why is a home furnishing company talking about mobility? Would probably make more sense if we talked about Billy Bookcase or delicious meatballs, or even better, delicious plant-based balls, but not today. Today it's all about mobility. And again, why? I'll get to that, but let's start with a bit of background, right? Not that long ago, cities looked very different from the way they look today. You had everything you needed in pretty close proximity of where you lived. You had your butcher, you had your barber, you had your baker, your doctor, everything within a 30-minute radius probably from where you lived. But that's not how the cities look today. With the introduction of the car, we started rebuilding, reshaping, redesigning cities. And it took us less than 60 years to do it. And today, if you look at a city, we've actually allocated 50% of the space to cars. Cars that we barely use. The average car is used only 90% of the time. I don't know how you spend your car, but most people have it parked most of the time. And then we spend maybe 1% of the time in congestion. We spend maybe 1.5% of the time looking for parking. It's a huge waste of resources, right? Because it just stands there like a lump of metal taking up space. But that's what it is today, because today the cities look different. You don't have everything close, right? You have the shopping over here, you have healthcare over here, you have education over here, and you need some kind of vehicle to get around. Because today, being able to get around is a prerequisite for using the cities, right? And this has come at a cost too, because cities today are plagued with air pollution. Now, if we take Malmö as an example, this is the third biggest city in Sweden. That doesn't make it big. It's still less than 500,000 in population, and it's not a place we would connect to air pollution. But still, we're way over the recommended limit that WHO has set. And if this is a problem for Malmö, then it's definitely a problem for New York and Los Angeles, New Delhi, Shanghai. It's a problem for everyone. And it's something we desperately need to do something about. Because not only has the design of the cities changed, the behavior of the people has changed too. First of all, people want to live in city centers. Urbanization is still going strong, especially younger people, right? They pay a lot of money to live in city centers, and they can't afford to pay for a car too, to pay for parking, to pay for the car, to pay for the mileage. It's too expensive, so they don't. And why would they? Because everything they need is in the city center. And whatever they can't find in the city center, they can find in their smartphone. It's a world of opportunity. Also, people's shopping behavior has changed. We see online sales exploding, not in the least the last few months where people have been stuck at home, and we see that levels will remain high. That means we're sending more and more delivery vehicles into city centers. And what it's done is to create a very unhealthy and unsustainable situation in the cities. So today we have air pollution, we have noise pollution, we have congestion, and we need to do better. The cities need to be for people, not for metal, not for commerce. It needs to be a place where people can thrive. So how does this affect IKEA then? Yeah, in every way, of course. First of all, we have goods we need to deliver to people, and we need to be able to deliver it in a sustainable way, because as air pollution is on a rise, cities all over the world are looking to close the city borders for fossil fuels. And we need to be able to access our customers' front doors. If we can't deliver, then we have a huge problem. So this is about future-proofing our business, really. Also, we know that young people, they don't want to go on public transportation more than 30 minutes. They don't want to walk more than 4 blocks, which means that they want a job that is close to where they live. So if as an employer, your workplaces are kind of remote, you risk losing out on talent, and we can't have that. A significant part of our employees are actually under 25, and we still want to attract the best talent on the market, so we need to figure out how to get people to us. And most importantly, of course, customers. We want customers to come to IKEA. The number one reason a consumer is not a customer with us is accessibility. It's just too hard to get to us and to get the goods home with you. So we need to figure out how can we get closer to the customer, and how can the customer come to us in a convenient, affordable, and sustainable way. And when I say affordable, I mean it. Because today, not everyone has access to mobility, and we are leaving people behind. So it's not only an environmental issue, it's a social issue as well. If you can't afford a car and you don't have good and reliable public transportation, you can't get to work. Maybe you can't even get a job because it's just too far, and then you're stuck in a very negative spiral of poverty. In many parts of the world, public transportation isn't safe, especially not for women. So if you can't get on a bus to go to school or to get to work, then what? You become really isolated. You risk getting harassed. You risk getting assaulted. It's not a great situation. So for the planet, and more importantly for the people, we desperately need to address this. So you see, this is really at the core of the IKEA business. Mobility is a prerequisite for business, for everything in society, really. And that's why we want to contribute to good change, not just more of the same, but to something more sustainable for everyone. And you should think about this as well. What are your mobility flows? What do they look like? How can we make them more sustainable? How is this impacting your business? So go home, have a think, not too long though, because it's really time to get action. It's really time to get going. And it might be hard. You might be a little bit out of breath because you just walked up those stairs, and that was actually harder than I thought to do while talking. But we all need to take action together now to create healthy and sustainable cities with affordable, convenient, safe, and sustainable mobility for everyone. Thank you for having me. Hoping to see you in real life really soon. Take care. Bye.